Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about chapter 1 Introduction to Computers. In this chapter we already covered 4 topics. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about components of a computer. So now we see about components of a computer. We already know what is a computer is. What is a computer? A computer is an electronic device. So if it is a device means we need some components to make it as a device. Okay. Now we can discuss about what are the components is used to make a computer. Okay. So the combination of hardware and software. The components of the computer is hardware and software. We know what is meant by hardware. Hardware means the physical devices attached to the system is known as a hardware. Okay, hardware devices you can able to touch. Okay, so monitor, wire, speaker, motherboard, memory devices, keyboard, these are all known as a hardware devices. Okay, so hardware means physical components attached to the computer is known as a hardware device. Okay, so hardware is also known as a peripheral devices. Okay, hardware devices is also known as peripheral devices. Okay, so and then what is meant by software means the set of instruction is used to run the computer is known as a software. Okay, so what is meant by software? The set of programs or instruction is used to run the computer is known as a software. Okay, so hardware and software, both the components are necessary to function the computer system. Okay, is it clear? So the components of the computers are hardware and software. Okay, what are the components of a computer? Components of the computers are hardware and software. What is meant by hardware? Hardware is a physical components attached to the computer is known as a hardware. What are the physical components? Keyboard, mouse, wire, monitor, CPU, motherboard. What are the devices you can able to touch? That all devices is known as a hardware. Okay, and then what is meant by software means set of programs is known as a software. Why we need a software means software is used to run the computer. That's why we need a software. Okay, so both the hardware and the software together make the computer system to function. Okay, is it clear? Okay. So next we see about functional components of a computer. Okay, in this computer, what are the functional components? Okay, so the functional components are classified into 4 types. Input unit, central processing unit, output unit and memory unit. Okay, the functional component of the computers are, what are the components? Input unit, central processing unit, output unit and a memory unit. Okay, so what is the real process is done in your computer? The computer can accept the input and process the data and then it produce a output. Okay, so this is known as a IPO cycle. Okay, in 1 marks the questions will be asked what is the expansion of IPO. Okay, input, process, output. The task given to a computer follows an input, process, output. Okay, how the computer can solve the task? It takes input from the user and process the data. At last it produces a output. Okay, so that is a result. So this is known as a IPO cycle. Okay, what is the process is done by the input unit? Input unit, it takes the input from the user. What is the process is done by the processing unit? It do the real process, that is real calculations can be done in the processing unit. Okay, in your computer which one is a processing unit? CPU. Yes, central processing unit. So this is a real processing unit. All the calculations can be take place in CPU and then it produce a output through the output unit. Okay, so the input unit takes the input, the central processing unit does the processing of data and the output unit produce the output. Okay, is it clear? So what is meant by input? Why we need a process and what is meant by output? Okay, so the memory unit. Okay, when the system get input, where it can be stored means the data are stored in the memory unit. Okay, so all the data are stored in the memory unit. How the human beings is having brain to store all the details, the same way in computer is also having the memory unit. Okay, so all the data are given as input. The data data can be stored in your memory unit. Okay, in computer, the data are stored in the memory unit. This unit holds the data as well as instructions during the processing time. Okay, processing time, how the process can take place. The processing can be done by using some instructions, okay, that is programs that are also stored. Not only data, the instructions, instruction means commands, that is programs. Data and programs are stored in the memory unit. Okay, so these are the functional components of your computer. Okay, so you can list out the functional component to your computer. Yes, can you able to say what are the functional components? Input unit, central processing unit, output unit and a memory unit. Okay, now you can see one by one. Okay, so this is a components of your computer black diagram. Okay, so this diagram indicates how the functional units can work inside of your computer. Okay, so input unit, through your input unit you can pass data to your computers. Okay, we know what are the devices is used for input unit. Keyboard, mouse, scanner, these are all known as a input unit. Okay, so through this input unit we can feed data to the computer. If you are giving data, where it can be stored? The data, if you are giving, it directly goes and stored into the memory unit. Okay, main memory. So this is a place it is used to hold the data. Okay, so there are two kinds of memory, main memory and a secondary memory, secondary storage device. Okay, so if you are giving input through the input devices, it can stored in your memory unit. Okay, after storing the memory unit, it can take the data for processing. Okay, where the processing can be take place, I told you, no, the processing can be done in the place of CPU, central processing unit. Okay, the central processing unit have the components: control unit, ALU. What is the expansion of ALU? Can you able to know? Yes. Okay, good. Arithmetic logic unit. Okay, so and then internal memory. So the components of the CPU is having control unit, ALU, internal memory. Okay, so this three is known as a components of computer. Okay, so once you can feed data through this input unit, it can store to the memory unit. At the time of processing, the data can be taken from the memory unit and processed in the CPU. Okay, after the process is over, again data is sent to the main memory. After this processing is over, the data is sent to the main memory and then again the data transferred to the output unit. Through this output unit you can able to see the output. We know what are the output devices used in your computer. Yes, monitor, speaker, printer. So these are all the output units attached to your computers. Okay, so here we can see there are two different types of lines is there. Yes, you can see that one. So one is straight line, another one is dotted line. The straight line is used to indicate the transferring of data from one unit to another unit. Okay, and then dotted line here given in blue color. No, this dotted line is used to show the control signal sent by this control unit. Okay, so if your computer want to function, the control unit must send signal to the devices. Okay, if you want to accept the input, the control unit must send signal to the input unit. Okay, then only the input unit can function. Okay, so the control unit have linked to all the devices attached to your computers. Okay, now you can see the control unit have the link to your input unit as well as your memory unit as well as your ALU, internal memory, main memory and output unit. Okay, so because control unit control all the process done in your computer. Okay, it act as a manager or supervisor. Yes, so control unit have the control to control the flow of data from one unit to another unit. Okay, that's why the control unit having signal to all the devices. Okay, here the control unit signal is given as a dotted line and then data path, that is where the data is transferred, the data path is given as a straight line. Okay, so can you able to understand? So what are the components of the computer? input unit, memory unit, central processing unit, output unit. In this central processing unit, there are three components is there. Okay, control unit, ALU, internal memory. Okay, so this is the diagram about components of a computer. In this diagram, we can understand how the process can be done with your computer. Okay, now we see for that need for each and every component of computers. Okay, so first we see about input unit. Input unit, we already know why we need a input unit. Input unit is used to feed data to the computers. Okay, so it is used to feed any form of data to the computer. That is, what is the meaning of any form of data? We can give either the text data, numeric data, graphics data, or image data, or animated film, whatever it may be, any form of data to feed to the computer. Through which device? We are using the input device. Okay, so which can be stored in the memory unit for further process. We already know if you are giving input to the computer, where it can be stored, it directly goes and store into the memory unit. Okay, so now you can see the examples of input unit: keyboard, mouse, scanner, etc. So these are all example of the input unit. Okay, now you can understand why we need a input unit. Input unit is used to feed data to the computer. Okay, so and then data can be stored in the memory unit for further processing. Okay, now we see about the next one. Now you can see why we need a central processing unit. We already know where the real processing can be done. That is where the real calculations can be made. The real calculations can be made in the CPU. Okay, that is central processing unit. Okay, now you can see the definition. CPU is the major components which interprets and executes software instructions. Okay, so this is a interpreter and executes. So it executes all the instruction. What does mean by software? Set of instructions, set of programs. Okay, that can be executed by using the CPU. It controls the operations of all other components such as memory, input and output units. Okay, so in this central processing unit only we are having control unit. No, that control unit controls all the unit activities. Okay, it accepts binary data as input. We know the computer knows only the binary language. Binary language means it knows only the zeros and ones. In first generation, what is the language is used for programming? Machine language. No, in machine language, how they can write codings means they can write using only zeros and ones. Okay, so now also your computer knows only the binary language. Then how you can write a high level language? How it can be known means the high level language can be converted into the binary form. Then only the computer can understand. Okay, the conversion can be take place by the utility programs, that is compiler, translator. These are all used to convert your source code into the binary format. Okay, that binary format is known as a object code. So now also your computer knows only which language? Machine language, that is binary codes. Binary codes is having only zeros and ones. Okay, so if you are writing programs in high level language, that high level language can be converted into the binary language. Okay, that conversion also is done by some programs. Okay, now you can see this. It accepts binary data as input, process the data according to the instructions and provide the result as output. Okay, so it accepts the data and process the data based on the instruction. Okay, what instruction you are giving? If for example, if you want to add numbers, or if you want to multiply the numbers, or if you want to subtract, divide, what is the instruction is given to the computer, that instruction can be followed and give the answer based on the instruction given by the user. Okay, now you can see the components of CPU. I already told what are the components of CPU. control unit, arithmetic logic unit and memory unit. Okay, how many components are there? So there are 3 components. Okay, so what are the components of CPU? Control unit, arithmetic logic unit and memory unit. Okay, so now you can understand why we need a central processing unit and what are the components of CPU. Okay students, yes. Students, in the next video we discuss about the each and every unit processing. Okay, how the control unit and arithmetic logic unit, memory units are used in your computers. Okay, okay students, thank you.